So, hello, my name is Jason. I'm a Course in Miracles student and a channeler. And today I'd like to talk about imagination and a little bit about the Course in Miracles as well. Now, before I begin, I'm not going to read the whole Course in Miracles lessons. I'm just going to read little segments of them. But I recommend Tina Louisa Spalding's A Year in Forgiveness, A Course in Miracles Lessons with Commentary, where she channels Jesus and gets a really, really concrete explanation of each lesson that you can apply to your life. So I really recommend that if you are serious about Course in Miracles. That really helped me out. So, but yeah, for me, I'm just going to read a little bit from it and just what I've been getting from it today. Okay, so I'm on lesson, before I start, if you're interested, I've got two books below. One is about dragons and one is a singing guide with the Hathors and a mermaid and a being from Alpha Centauri. All right, now that we got that out of the way. Also, if you'd like to join the mailing list, please do, and I can keep you updated if we're going to do any live sessions. Okay, so lesson 169, By Grace I Live, By Grace I Am Released. And what I wanted to pick up today is the third part of it, third chapter, you might say. I'm not sure how to phrase it, but it says, grace is not learned. The final step must go beyond all learning. Grace is not the goal this course aspires to attain. Yet we prepare for grace in that an open mind can hear the call to waken. It is not shut tight against God's voice. It has become aware that there are things it does not know, and thus it is ready to accept a state completely different from experience with which it is familiar at home. Okay, so grace is, according to the Course in Miracles, it is the closest thing to God. It is the realization or the remembrance of God's love, remembering that you are connected with Source. And the reason the Course says it can't really be learned is because it's not something that we use our brains to do. It's an experiential thing. You experience grace. And so, but according to this one, you need an open mind. You need imagination. You need to be able to understand that there's a possibility that everything that you've been used to at this moment might not be the way. And you need imagination for that, to open up your mind for that. Let's see. And then I just wanted to talk, well, let me talk about that then. So imagination. So I believe that imagination is really important for the era that we are approaching. Now, the 3 years of craziness that we went through, we're still kind of going through, before those 3 years, if you told someone that this would happen, they would say that you're crazy. But if that person had a sense of imagination, they would say, oh, there is the possibility that that might happen. I am open to that possibility. And so imagination is the idea of keeping your mind open to many, many different possibilities. And when you keep your mind open to possibilities, you're free. It's harder for you to be put in that matrix box that they want you to be in, because you can dream outside of it. You know, you can see outside of the walls of the matrix. And so I have two stories about that. One is my old guitar teacher. I've had two amazing guitar teachers, and well, I've had more, but but one of my teachers, it was a group of guitarists, and we were all just kind of sitting around having dinner, and my teacher started talking about Star Trek. And a few other players said, oh, I don't get into that stuff. I don't like that science fiction stuff. And my teacher just kind of like turned on and just said, you know, in order to become a true musician, it's very, very important to have a sense of imagination. And I thought that was at the time I thought, oh, you know, he's coming down really hard on this poor guy. But I thought, oh, it's true. That's what you need, because you're creating something out of nothing. And I believe when you're really trying to create musically, when you're really expressing something, you're pulling something out of another dimension into this dimension. You're pulling down maybe fifth dimensional, seventh dimensional energies, and you're expressing them here, and that's why it's so magical. because your imagination is the key. That's what connects you to it. And then another story is that I used to have this music group, and we had a YouTube channel, and I mistakenly was using the YouTube channel to check out like spiritual stuff and check out channelers and all kinds of stuff. And I didn't realize, I thought I was using my personal account, but I was using the band's account. And so again, we were all out for dinner, and someone brought up that, yeah, someone's been using our site to check out spiritual stuff. I wonder who it is. And the two other members were like, not me, not me. And then I just started sweating, sweating bullets. And so they knew who it was. And but then they started saying like, oh my God, people who believe in that spiritual stuff, I mean, they're just crazy. They're so dumb. How can they believe in that? There's no proof. There's nothing, you know. It's just, I just don't understand those people, you know. And I'm, as usual in these types of situations, just in a state of like, what's going on here? What are they saying? I don't understand. And it took me about 2 or 3 hours to realize, wait, hold on a second. That's not a nice thing to say. But it took me a long time to figure that out. But then I realized, like, that's why we're not, like, really, you know, the group's not really getting along really well. It's just, we're on different, like, wavelengths. And not that they have to believe in the spiritual stuff, but that they have a very closed mind to it. That's why we're kind of getting into all these creative arguments. It's just a lack of imagination. So that's what I realized. And so one other thing too about creation, imagination, when you're creating, it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary to create things, because especially when you first start to create stuff and use your imagination, because when you first start to create stuff, all of your insecurities come up, and you just say, well, all of the things that you were told by all of your teachers at school, all of your friends, maybe your family members, you know, you'll never be good at this. You're just lazy. Why don't you get a real job? Do something to help the world, or whatever it is. All these different voices come right into your head. And so you're just trying to make something, just trying to draw a picture here. But then like the whole world like comes after you. Who do you think you are, trying to create something, you know? And that's a very difficult hurdle to overcome. So yeah. I'll recommend, there's a book actually though, if anyone is trying to overcome that hurdle, there's a book that I recommend. I'll put that below too. So yeah, so yes, creation is scary, but so just like my experience when I was able to get outside of the matrix, and it was very scary because there was nothing there, and I had to create everything, but once you get over that hump, once you get over that, you can start to truly create. And I think that's going to be very, very important for the time, for the era that we're entering now, for us to just be creative, more creative, and to use your imagination, because the imagination is the key to getting out of all of these things. Whatever bind you might find yourself in, the imagination is the key. That's the start. So that's my spiel. I also wanted to just share lesson 170. It says, there's no cruelty in God and none in me. And so I just thought, I mean, all of these lessons are so amazing. Every time I go over them, it's just, wow, you know. And each one, like, I could spend a lifetime on each one. But there's no time. And as Isis would say, yes, you're correct, there is no time. So here we go. Lesson 170, there is no cruelty in God and none in me. So I'll just read the first two parts, and then again I recommend the Tina Spalding's channeling if you are so inclined, if you want to really get deep into this. And I recommend doing it. But anyway, no one attacks without intent to hurt. This can have no exception. When you think that you attack in self-defense, you mean that to be cruel is protection. You are safe because of cruelty. You mean that you believe to hurt another be another brings you freedom. And you mean that to attack is to exchange the state in which you are for something better, safer, more secure, from dangerous invasion and from fear. How thoroughly insane is this idea that to defend from fear is to attack? For here is fear begot and fed with blood to make it grow and swell and rage. And thus is fear protected, not escaped. Today we learn a lesson which can save you more delay and needless misery than you can possibly imagine. It is this: you make what you defend against, and by your own defense against it, is it real and inescapable. Lay down your arms, and only then do you perceive it false. So, powerful stuff. We create this. Whenever we try to attack, it implies, that we want to hurt someone, that we believe that will make us better or safer, and it is an insane idea, but we are taught to think that way through our movies and through our mass media and through social networks. That's school. That's what we're taught, that it's a dog-eat-dog world, and this kind of thing. And it's like, no, it's not. It's a love world, and that's the truth. But that is power. And so, yes. So there you go. So for me, just wanted to come on and talk about that. Love and imagination are very, very powerful, but they are taught that they are not very powerful, but they are the things that can change the world. So I'll channel about this. I'm starting to get really a lot of energy, so I wonder if someone's coming through. Whew, I think I'm already channeling this stuff. Here we go. Greetings, we are Sanat. We're here, Sanat Kumara. You maybe know us from our appearance on TV. Haha, we're just kidding. So we are Sanat Kumara, and we are here to give you, this beautiful message that this beautiful being is giving to all of you beautiful beings out there. That love is the key, and love has always been the key. And love is kind of hidden, right? It's hidden. It's hard to find. It's hard to see. And the imagination part, who wants to be imaginative when you got to worry about your bills? You got to worry about your everyday things. You got to worry about hospitals. You got to worry about your body falling apart. Imagination, there's no time for imagination. Definitely, there's no time, and there never has been any time. And imagination is the key, though. Once you take a step back into your imagination, and you imagine with love, and you can create whatever you want. You can create outside of the box. The box is something that you created for yourself to create outside of. And you put all these things in your path. You put all these ways. You put all this education. You put all these different situations to try to take you off your path, because you wanted to really test yourself to see if you were truly ready to overcome all this stuff that's around you. And you are, and you're doing it now. Can you feel it? Can you feel that love? Can you feel the imagination? It is pulsating throughout this whole world at this moment, and I'm so happy to be here with all of you with this pulsation of love and imagination. So my message to all of you is to feel the love and feel this love and imagine your way outside of the box. I am Sanat Kumara, and I'm with you all day.